South Africa, a land where two oceans meet, where ancient mountains rise above bustling cities, and where every sunrise promises a new adventure. The name alone conjures images of sun-drenched landscapes, golden grasslands stretching as far as the eye can see, and skies painted in hues of orange and purple at dusk. You can almost hear the distant roar of a lion echoing across the plains, a reminder of the wild heart that beats within this country. It's a country at the tip of a continent, brimming with stories, history, and astonishing diversity. Here, every street corner and every face tells a tale of struggle, of triumph, and of unity in diversity. My dream was to journey from the shadow of Table Mountain in Cape Town, where the city meets the sea, all the way north to the legendary Kruger National Park, home to some of the world's most iconic wildlife. This wasn't just about seeing sights, it was about feeling the pulse of a nation. From the vibrant energy of city life to the ancient rhythmic beat of the bushveld, where time seems to slow down and nature takes center stage. I wanted to meet the people, warm, welcoming, and proud of their heritage. I longed to taste the food, from spicy curries in Durban to traditional braai under the stars, and discover the flavors that tell the story of this land. And of course, I dreamed of standing in awe of the wildlife that defines this land. Elephants lumbering through the bush, giraffes grazing on acacia trees, and the thrill of spotting a leopard in the golden light of dawn. Each town along the way, Stellenbosch with its rolling vineyards, Oudtshoorn with its quirky ostrich farms, Durban's sun-kissed beaches, promised its own unique charm, culture, and surprises. Rather than feeling daunted by the distance, I was filled with excitement for a journey that would change me, eager to embrace the unknown and let the road reveal its secrets. With hope in my heart and a spirit ready for adventure, I set off to experience the vibrant spectrum of South Africa's nature, people, and spirit. Every encounter, every landscape, every moment would become a part of my own story. I hope you'll come along for this epic tale, a journey across the Rainbow Nation, where every mile brings a new discovery, and every day is an invitation to wonder. My South African story began in Cape Town, a city perfectly cradled between the rugged embrace of mountains and the endless blue of the sea. From the moment I arrived, I felt the unique energy that pulses through this place, a blend of natural wonder and vibrant city life that's impossible to ignore. Table Mountain dominates the skyline, its flat summit a constant companion, sometimes standing sharp and clear against the sky, other times shrouded in its famous tablecloth of rolling cloud. The mountain is more than a backdrop, it's a symbol of Cape Town's spirit, steadfast, iconic, and ever-changing with the weather. Riding the cable car up its steep slopes, the city below transforms into a living mosaic, patches of colorful houses, bustling harbors, and the dramatic curve of the coastline stretching into the distance. The higher I climbed, the more I felt the city's pulse, its stories unfolding beneath me. Down at the Victoria and Alfred waterfront, the air is alive with excitement. Street musicians fill the air with music, seagulls wheel overhead, and people from every corner of the globe mingle along the bustling quays. The waterfront is a crossroads of cultures where laughter and conversation echo off the water. I wandered the sunlit quays, pausing to watch the resident seals bask lazily on the docks. Their playful antics drew crowds, and I found myself smiling at the simple joy of the moment, soaking in the city's infectious energy and the sense of community that thrives here. The Bo-Kaap's rainbow-colored houses stand as a testament to resilience and cultural pride. Each vibrant facade tells a story, and the air is rich with the scent of Cape Malay spices drifting from kitchens and markets. This neighborhood is a living celebration of heritage, where every corner bursts with color and history. Walking its cobbled streets felt like stepping into a living museum, where the past and present blend seamlessly. Locals greet you with warmth, and every doorway seems to invite you to learn more about the stories woven into these historic walls. Cape Town is a city of contrasts, where raw, untamed nature meets the energy of urban life. Here, skyscrapers rise in the shadow of ancient mountains, and the wild Atlantic crashes against the city's edge. This meeting of worlds sets the tone for the journey ahead, promising adventure and discovery at every turn. For me, Cape Town was more than just a starting point. It was a warm embrace, a place that welcomed me with open arms and introduced me to the spirit of South Africa. The city's beauty, diversity, and energy made it the perfect gateway to everything that lay ahead. With wonder in my heart and anticipation for the unknown, I set out from Cape Town, ready for the long road ahead and the adventures waiting beyond the mountains and the harbor. Leaving Table Mountain behind, the open road called. The garden route unfolded, a lush corridor between mountains and the Indian Ocean, each turn revealing hidden coves, ancient forests and dramatic cliffs. Inland, the greenery faded into the vast sun-baked Karoo, a landscape of silence and infinite space. At first desolate, the Karoo's minimalist beauty soon felt freeing, a meditation in motion. Small towns like Graaf Reinet, with their Cape Dutch architecture, offered windows into rural South Africa. Windmills turned, sheep grazed, and life slowed to a gentle pace. This road trip was more than travel. It was about feeling the sun, the wind, and the ever-changing scenery. Each kilometer deepened my connection to the land and its diversity. The road itself was teaching me, preparing me for the wildness ahead. A country is its people and the food they share. Everywhere we went, South Africans greeted us with warmth and genuine curiosity. At a roadside pad stall, an elderly woman offered homemade jams and rusks, sharing stories over tea. These simple encounters revealed the soul of the nation in everyday moments. South African cuisine is a delicious blend of cultures. Fresh seafood in Cape Town, smoky braai along the road, biltong for the drive, and sweet malva pudding for dessert. Each meal was a discovery, a lesson in history and hospitality. Sharing food and conversation transformed me from tourist to grateful guest. The faces and flavors became as much a part of the adventure as the landscapes themselves. After days on the road, the landscape began to transform before our eyes. Humid air clung to our skin, and the horizon was painted with dense acacia trees and wild grasses that seemed to stretch endlessly. The colors of the earth deepened, and the air itself felt alive with anticipation, signaling that we were drawing closer to the legendary Kruger National Park, a place that had lived in my imagination for years. Each sign for Kruger that appeared along the roadside made my heart race a little faster. Every kilometer brought a new surge of excitement. This was the wilderness I'd read about, watched in documentaries and dreamed of exploring since childhood. A vast, untamed realm where nature still ruled. Arriving at the park's imposing gate felt like crossing an invisible threshold into another world, one where the rules of civilization faded and the wild took over. The anticipation in the air was almost electric as we waited our turn to enter. The ranger's warm greeting, "Welcome to the bush," carried the weight of the wild and a sense of adventure. His words were both an invitation and a gentle warning, reminding us that we were now guests in a world governed by nature's laws. Once inside, the smooth pavement quickly gave way to dusty dirt roads, winding through the bush. With every bump and turn, a deep sense of peace and freedom settled in, as if the outside world had been left far behind. The rules here were simple but profound. Stay in your vehicle, drive slowly, and above all, respect the animals. These guidelines weren't just for safety, they were a reminder that we were visitors in a land where lions, elephants, and leopards roamed free. Our first few kilometers inside Kruger were a sensory overload. Unfamiliar birds flashed brilliant colors through the trees, insects buzzed in a constant chorus, and the earthy scent of wild sage filled the air. Every sense was heightened, alert to the possibility of something extraordinary around every bend. Every rustle in the grass and shifting shadow in the bushveld promised a magical discovery. The landscape felt alive, as if it was holding its breath, waiting to reveal its secrets to those patient enough to look. Our rest camp, nestled deep within the park, was a haven of comfort and safety in the heart of the wild. The simple huts and cozy lodges offered a perfect blend of rustic charm and tranquility, surrounded by the sounds of the bush. As the sun dipped below the horizon in a riot of color, the park transformed once again. The air cooled, and the night came alive with the wild's lullaby. Hyenas whooping in the distance, nightjars calling, and the soft rustle of unseen creatures moving through the darkness. In that moment, surrounded by the untamed beauty of Kruger, I felt a profound sense of belonging. I knew, without a doubt, that I was exactly where I was meant to be, immersed in the heart of the wild. Our first morning in Kruger began before dawn, the bush still and cool. Wrapped in blankets, we set out in an open safari vehicle, anticipation in the air. Our guide Joseph read the landscape like a book, tracks in the sand, alarm calls from birds, subtle signs of predators. His expertise turned our drive into an immersive experience. We watched impala glowing in the morning light, graceful and alert. A family of giraffes munched on acacia leaves, moving with stately elegance. Seeing them up close was humbling, creatures from a fairy tale, perfectly at home. Safari is about patience and observation, not racing for the big five. The small wonders, the plumage of a roller, a spider's web, a warthog's antics, became gifts. Every moment was a piece of the magnificent puzzle of life in the African bush. One of Kruger's most profound moments was encountering a breeding herd of elephants. Surrounded by elephants of all sizes, we sat in silence, watching calves play and matriarchs guide their families. The deep rumbles of communication resonated in our chests, awe-inspiring and humbling. Later, we found a pride of lions resting in golden light, cubs tumbling, the male yawning, the lionesses dozing. To witness their power and family bonds was unforgettable. We were lucky to spot a leopard draped on a tree branch, its gaze intense before it melted into the bush. A crash of rhinos appeared, ancient, vulnerable, a poignant reminder of their fragility. These encounters were more than sightings, they were emotional connections to the wild. Each animal had its own spirit, its own presence. Being so close to such beauty stripped away the noise of modern life. Here, we were guests in the kingdom of the wild. As my time in Kruger ended, I reflected on the journey from Cape Town's vibrant streets to the Bushveld's dusty tracks. This adventure was more than travel, it was a journey within. The vast landscapes and wild silence put everything into perspective, replacing stress with peace. Seeing animals in their natural habitat inspired wonder and a sense of responsibility to protect them. The lessons weren't taught in classrooms, but whispered on the wind and written in the dust. The best moments came from slowing down, being still, and letting the world's magic unfold. South Africa captured my heart with its beauty, history, and resilience. From city to wilderness, the journey was a perfect narrative. I left humbled, inspired, and grateful for the experience. Its memories will warm my soul for years to come. My South African adventure ends, but the story is just beginning. I'll always remember Table Mountain, the open road, and a lion's roar in the night. These moments shape who we are. Sharing this journey with you has been a delight. I hope it brought a bit of African sunshine into your day. If these stories sparked your curiosity or wanderlust, then I've succeeded. Your support keeps these adventures going, and I'm deeply grateful. Thank you for coming along from Cape Town to Kruger. I hope you'll join me for whatever adventure lies around the next bend.